Okay, this is Ct2 Science, right? 2015, right? Multiple choice, 30 questions. All right, number one, 4 pupils came up with the following conclusion regarding fungi. All right, you must know that when you talk about fungi, you're talking about the group of living things. Okay, right, classify under here, fungi. All right, living things, we have animals, plants, fungi, microorganism. Now, number one, Jason said something. Okay, the question whether Jason, Grace, Betty said something, we're going to check who have made the correct conclusion. Now, the very first one, you know that fungi, they are not plant, right? So you just cannot say they are non-flowering plant or flowering plants. So they are not plant at all, right? Jason is wrong. So you must be very sure that Jason is wrong. This is wrong. Okay, and this is wrong. 3 and 4 out. Let's check Grace. Okay, produce spores, correct. So anyone with Grace, correct. Okay, this anyone with Grace, correct. All right, over here. All right, so Betty is wrong. Once you have Betty is wrong, answer is 2 straight away, right? This Ct, no problem. Okay, they feed on dead plants, or they grow and feed on dead plants or dead animals also. All right, that's where they get the food. Okay, let's carry on. Next one. Just get through. Okay, for this chart over here, what you need to do, and make it smaller for you to see, you have to be a bit hardworking. Look over here. Is it a living thing? Yes. Anything below here, they are living things. It means B is a living thing. Down, C is a living thing. And here, D is also a living thing. B, C, D, they are living things. Only here, A is non-living thing. No A. So it goes on. I will write down every of this, right? So that I won't be confused. Does it make its own food? No. Then I write down here, can't make food. All right? Or you're referring to can't make its own food. If it's yes, referring to this too. This one can make its food, and this one can make its food. Can it be seen with naked eye? No. It means it must be microscopic. This one can be seen. All right, can make food, sorry, and this is probably a plant. Now over here, I just put a plant here, but I also found out, okay, that there's some microscopic bacteria. Of course, bacteria microscopic, they can make their own food. Okay, so it need not be plant, but any living things that are able to make their own food. For example, they have some chlorophyll inside. Okay, they should, okay, be able to make their own food, right? And they can be microscopic too. Now let's take a look over here. Which organism A, B, C, D is a bacteria? A is out because A is not a living thing. Now we left to B and D. Okay, now bacteria is definitely not this. Okay, the closest answer is D. Okay, some bacteria can make their own food. Okay, not necessarily plant. So microscopic, D is the answer. Or B could also be the answer. Okay, this I could admit that this question is not perfectly set, that he has somehow 2 answers. All right, okay, just for this paper. Okay, so a bacteria can also be this at this part, B. Does it make its own food? No. It is a living thing. It can't make its own food because some bacteria can't make their own food. Some can. All right, but this is the other way around. Microscopic, yes, bacteria. Okay, got nothing to do with this, but something to do with this too. One is microscopic, non-microscopic. So the answer can be 2 or 4. Now the table shows the properties of some material. All right. Anything with a tick, it means it has the property. With a cross, shows that it does not have the property. So over here, waterproof, J is waterproof, L is waterproof, allows light to pass through, L allows light to pass through, material L allows light to pass through, flexible, only K is flexible. Now think over, when you have a pot like this with some of the properties of material expected to be placed here, okay, most of these pots, can they be just metal? Some of them may have plastic, for example A, okay, and could the whole thing be ceramic? All right, this is something you need to know. Okay, of course we may not have a pot that is made of something like, for example, paper, right? Cannot be used for cooking, all right? Cannot withstand heat, or it will be burnt and so on. So it could be just these over here, and these over here must have the characteristic over here. Okay, right. So let's take a look. Part A, part B. Right now, K says K is not an appropriate property because K says that K is flexible. K is flexible. So a pot, I don't need any of these parts to be flexible. Okay, not at all. So whenever I see a K, it means 1, 2, and 3 are not the properties to describe this pot here. Only 4. Right? Part A could be J, part B L. Answer is 4. All right. You may take a look at the paper one more time. Study this part. And why? Very easy. If it's not K, then it is this 2. Next. 3 stages, 4 stages. I'll fill it up. Egg. And this stage X is nymph. Okay, this one is egg larva. Stage Y is pupa. Alright, so X is nymph, Y is pupa. Alright, nymph and pupa. Next. Now, if this thing originally placed in the freezer, the water would have been frozen, become ice. Okay, original ice took up from the freezer after 12 hours is frozen. Okay, frozen. When taken out immediately, you tilt it, it should be this way. It will not flow, it will behave like a solid, ice solid. Okay, water solid, it will not change its direction or the water level, the shape of the water inside. So it remains, it has definite shape. This is not possible from A. It means once you take out from refrigerator, this will not happen. This will not happen, nor this. Okay, but just for your knowledge, this part shows that if water has become liquid, tilted this way, the water level will be parallel to the ground here. I mean to the tabletop or the ground. Okay, parallel. Okay, so 2, 3, 4 are not the answer. This is the answer. Number 6. Which of the following animals has 4-stage life cycle? The answer is butterfly, egg, larva, pupa, and adult. 7. Okay, Zhi Yang wanted to find out if sugar would help a seed to germinate faster. It means we must have the setup, one with sugar, one without sugar, but everything the same. All right. Okay, so very strictly, you at the same time we check whether they have air, food, and water needed. Okay, this part air, food, and water is there. This one air, food, and water is there. This one without water, and this one without water because they're dry cotton wool. Dry cotton wool. So whether you have a dry cotton without water here, you put whether you put sugar or you don't put sugar. This is not. These two setup is not a good test because It does not allow the plant to germinate, right, without water. So this F and H should be the setup to test whether one needs sugar and without sugar to germinate better. All right, the rest of the conditions are the same. Okay, so the answer is number 2, F and H. All right, F and H. Next, this plant here, what you need to fill up. Okay, now which of the following cycles represent the life cycle of a fern? Okay, fern grow by spores and become adult, young plant and adult. Okay, now for this case, it says the adult plant comes up with seed. This is wrong. So anything with seed is wrong. Look at that, seed, fruit. All right, fruit and seed, they are wrong. So the answer is number 2. All right, adult plant, spores, and young fern plant. Next, what happened is same beaker size, same amount of water. Now different material over here, A, B, C, D, but they are of the same size and the same weight over here, it says. Now, after putting inside water for a while, they took it out and they test the weight for A, B, C, D. So at first, all of them, A, B, C, D, at first before they put in the water, the weight were 10, 10, 10, 10. After that, the weight over here, this is 10, remains the same. And the rest absorb water, became heavier, heavier, and heavier, right? Okay. Now, what does this tell you? Let's take a look. Now, which material most suitable for making water bottle? Water bottle, it means that material must be waterproof. This is waterproof because it did not. A did not absorb any water. These 3 absorb water, that's why they got heavier. Use material A. Answer 1. Okay, which of the following describes the difference between the large and small intestines? Large intestine, small intestine. Straight away, this is wrong. Okay, small intestine gets rid of waste material. Not really. It lets the material, the rest undigested food to pass. Okay, and goes through the large intestine. Stores waste material. It means the large intestine has a portion, the end part, okay, near the anus, the rectum. This is the one that we store the waste material before you pass it out. All right. So the answer is A is correctly described. C is correctly described. Number 1, A and C. Okay, these 3 boys make statement of activity that they were performing, make use of muscle. I use muscle when I am writing. Correct. Thomas is right. And Keanu said muscles when walking. He's correct. And also Nima said that he uses muscle when he's playing soccer. Now 3 of the boys were correct. Answer 4. John ate the apple. The graph shown amount of digested apple left. Now there's some problem with this question here. I'm going to do the corrections now in the answers. This should be undigested. Okay, this should be undigested, not digested. So undigested. Okay, when you put it inside your mouth, the rest all go through your gullet. These are undigested. Then this over here, another organ, undigested left, and this one the undigested left. Okay, so they were saying that what could the part P, part Q, or part R be when they have that much of undigested food inside? Okay, now let's take a look again. Let's get it up. Okay, note it is undigested here. So mouth quite a lot, then later part P has nothing. Okay, so the answer is part P must be the anus because all the food passed out through the anus. All right, it doesn't hold anything at all. Okay, and this one is the gullet, because gullet should have more undigested food because it was from the front part of the top part of the alimentary canal, the digestive system. So there's more undigested food. As it passed by, the gullet goes to the stomach. Probably the stomach digests more, okay, left a little, okay, lesser of undigested food. Think over slowly what I'm saying. Sorry, I'm speaking just too fast, okay, but just take your time to understand this yourself. Let's carry on. Now this is a plant containing red water left in the sun as shown. The next day he observed that the leaves and the stem had turned red. Right, it has turned red because the water is just the coloring, just follow the water being absorbed through, okay, through the roots, and it goes, the water spread all the way to the plants. This whole thing became reddish. All right, so what's our conclusion? If you can see the plant turn red, right, the answer is, what do you think? Okay, C and D is correct. Now A says plant need color water to grow. Wrong, it just need water enough. So anything to do with A is wrong. Look here, this is wrong, this is wrong, okay. And B, color water is given out by the plant, totally wrong, you know. So anything to do with A and B is wrong. Look, B here, B here, B here. So I'm being left with C and D. So I double check C and D is correct, the answer. Alright, this is just the flow from mouth, gullet, stomach. The change should be this two. Okay, small intestine comes first, large intestine later. Answer is 4. Okay, some of you just seen this slightly different. You thought this got to be changed. No, it is this two over here. Answer is 4. Next. Which of the following is not a source of light? The moon. The moon reflects light. The rest are source of light because they give out light on their own. Now, Tesla wrote down the similarity between all fungi. All fungi. Now, all fungi means, just hang on first. Sorry about that. Okay. All fungi means everything, including big and small fungi. All right. Microscopic, those can be seen with the naked eye. Those which are edible, and those are non-edible, poisonous, non-poisonous, and so on. Now, they compare with bacteria in a science journal, and she wrote that they are microorganisms. Right? What she's saying is all fungi and bacteria are microorganisms. A is wrong. Okay, A is definitely wrong. Now, let me see what I can do here. A is wrong. Okay, look at it. This is very fast. Once you know and very sure that A is wrong, this one has A. This is not right. This has A, this is not right. This has A, this is not right. Straight away, I won't waste time. I'll just choose C. Of course, if you have time, you take some time to just check your answer whether they're correct. So C is only correct. They can be harmful. It means they can be or cannot be. All right. Over here, the material made for this glass house, or this definitely glass house, something which needs the sunlight to go through, right? Okay, it's definitely made of glass. All right, answer 2. And look at this, quite interesting. Now this one says here, S and Q are the same weight, right? It means what you can do is this. Whenever you have S, you just put Q there. It means S will still behave the same as Q. For this case, S will be heavier than R. For this case, S is lighter than P. So which object is a smaller mass? It means the lightest. R is the lightest. Okay. Now I do not have much time to demonstrate, describe in detail for you. Take a look yourself and look from here and from here. You should be able to find out that R is lightest 3. 1 heaviest, second up. Okay, and this is heavier than R. R should be the lightest, smaller mass. Now Sam plotted a graph which shows the number of wrigglers. Wrigglers are young, all right, the larvae of mosquitoes, right, in the pond over a period of time. Now look here, over a period of time, it could be 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 days, okay, over a period of time or few hours, okay, 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hours over here, okay. Now it means as time passes, okay, the number of wriggles in the pond fell or falling away, okay, falling away until here. All right, okay. How do you know this? Look here. At this day, you draw a line up, it touches part of the line graph. You go over here, okay, it's this amount. If you go back, it's higher over here, another amount. If you go back a little, it went up here, is higher. So from a high point, as day goes by, it drops all the way. All right. Now, which of the following is most likely to read the reason for this pattern of falling in numbers shown the graph of the wriggles after a few days? Let's take a look. The graph's trying to say that there's an increase in the volume of pond water. No relationship. Okay, you increase the water doesn't mean that more wriggle will come out or less wriggle or more wriggle will die. No direct impact. An increase in the number of aquatic plants. You put more plants and therefore the plant will cause the wriggle to decrease in number. No direct impact, right? And of course the best answer is this. You see, let's take a look. What is this over here? Just hang on. An increase in the number of mosquito eggs in the pond. Okay, so when you have increased number of mosquito egg in the pond, we should not have lesser wrigglers. We should even have more, because more egg will turn into wrigglers. All right, so the best answer is, okay, the wrigglers eventually turn into pupa and become adult mosquito. All right, the best answer is number 4. All right, that's why the number is falling. Over here, it would be good to name them yourself and get used to it. The part, the cotyledon, the original part of the seed. Over here, the root, the shoot and the shoot. All right, and the root came out here a little. All right. You have to take note that this part is still the seed leaves, is the leaf and root and so on. Which part of seedling makes food? Remember, makes food is not supply food. So the leaf is the part that makes food, right? But the seed leaf is the part that supply food. All right. Before that is supply food before even the leaves can start making food on their own. Okay, over here, 2 football, they were deflated at first. Okay, they have the same weight. All right, it means to show that there's a fair test. Put the same weight over here. Now he pumped this the volume, okay, 1000 cm cubic of air into ball B. Okay, take a look. Now ball B has become bigger, this smaller. Now volume has increased in size, and it went down is because it's also increasing weight, right? Volume and weight increase, showing that mass has increased, right? Mass has increased. Okay, now what could this person conclude from this experiment? If this thing is heavier than the original one, right? Conclude that air has mass. Okay, because this thing going down. Yes, volume you can't really tell because there's an action. Okay, the action is you can see more visible action is that this ball is sinking down, it is heavier, and it's shown that air has mass. Next. Now these are very common questions. 2 strings, one of them contain substance S. A inside is substance S, and B inside is substance T. Okay, for this case, it compressed. When it presses from 10, it went into somewhere 5 or somewhere 7, all right? Press inside. For this one, 10, you press it in, it still remains at 10. Right? It means this one could not compress. The substance inside could not compress. This one compressed. This is very likely gas. all right, a gas inside. Okay, now let's take a look. So this one could not compress, this one compress. So substance T must be a sort of gas, or straight away you put air inside. All right, air, it is a composite of gases. All right, it cannot be sand and milk. These are totally wrong. All right, because these can't be compressed, only air. Answer is 1. Next, 23. Which of the following similarity between the life cycle of a plant and a cockroach? Both of them have 3-stage life cycle. Okay, the following statement were made by 4 pupils. One of them say large intestine produces digestive juice. This is wrong because large intestine does not produce digestive juice. It does not help in digestion. It only absorbs water and some minerals into the system, right? The body system. The heart is part of the circulatory system, correct? The skeletal system protects the internal organs. Yes, some of the internal organs, right? And the lungs and the windpipe are organs in the respiratory system. Now, which one make correct statement? The only one who make the wrong statement is Jane, right? So Ali, Vicky, and Shan, 4. If you see a diagram like this, it will be of a good habit if you start writing the parts you know, get used to it. Mouth, stomach, large intestine, small intestine. Which of the following is incorrect? Okay, in describing the function of the digestive system. Right, this is correct. Saliva helps to soften the food. This is correct, and the last one is wrong. Water is removed from undigested food at T. Where is T? T, no. T, water is not removed. Only the large intestine, water is being removed, all right, from the digestive system. So 4 is the answer. Number 26, the diagram below shows a celery plant. This way with the leaves and some stalk. Probably this, I do not know. It looks like the stem, a very huge stem, and these are the fibrous roots. All right, small little roots that are growing up. Now, which of the following are substances that the celery stalk carries from the root to the other part of the plant? All right, the stalk is what do they carry from the root all the way up? Okay. Now, what I know is that when the plant, the leaves, they make food. Right, the stalk carries the food down to all parts of the plant. Okay, itself to the stalk, to the stems, and to the roots. But what is being carried from the root is only water. Is only water. Right, look at this classification: parts of the plant. Okay, fruit and flower, leaves and root. Okay, V, W. What is V? What is W? Let's take a look. V supports the plant. No, these don't support the plant at all. X, okay, wrong. Not this answer. But I found that the V could be, V are this, it does not make food, it does not absorb water. Okay, now let's find out over here. W does not support the plant. Okay, they do support the plant for the leaves making food. The roots will absorb water, okay, providing that sort of support, supplying food and water. So this is, it could be correct, and even if it's correct, this is wrong. This whole thing is wrong. Second one, this is correct. Okay, right, it does not help the plant to reproduce. The leaves and root don't help the plant to reproduce. So I only got this right, correct. The rest are not right. Let's take a look. This shows a leaf that is able to reproduce from itself, okay, and the tiny buds, okay, sprout out new plants. Okay, the bud get the fruit. Where do these new buds, okay, growing the plant get the fruit from? Of course, from the leaf itself. The food stored in the leaf, right? 29, okay, she sees through the hole this way. And what over here it says, the holes are aligned in straight line. Yes, light travels in straight line. That's why she's able to see this. But it said that she could see the flame of the candle, yes, and the dish. No, it's not true. I don't think, not at all. According to this principle, straight line, she definitely could not see this way bending down. She could not see the dish at all. Okay, so that's what she said. Now, please ignore this part. I think this part is not necessarily placed inside for this question, right? So what happened here? What could Jamie conclude from the experiment? Light can be reflected. The candle flame is a source of light. Okay, light can be reflected. If, right, what it means, what it means that things can be seen. You have to see these facts here. It's either they are light source themselves, or the light shines onto the object, and that object reflects light into our eyes. So if they say she can see the light through this, sorry, she can see, yes, to this line here, and at the same time probably she stand at the side, she could see the dish also. Now if she can see the dish, it means she stand over at this side, not through here. She could see the dish. It means that the light shines onto the dish, and the dish reflects light onto the eyes. So there are two things happening, two principles. First, light can be reflected. Okay, light shine onto the dish and to her eyes if she stands one side. All right, this is true. The candle flame is a light source, definitely. Okay, the other two are a bit unreasonable. Okay, so I don't think the other two works. All right, so the answer should be A and B. All right, number 3. Let's go to the last one. Now this is interesting. Over here, the reason why the triangle is there, right, is because the triangle is nearer to the light source, therefore its shadow is larger than the circle. Now this is true if in the first place each of these objects, the circle and the triangle, are of the same size. It means the length of the triangle will not be bigger than the circle. Neither is the circle bigger or smaller. They just cover each other like this. But because the circular part is now nearer to the screen, the shadow of this one will be smaller, right? But there's no shadow over there because this triangle is nearer to the light source. It creates a bigger shadow, and this bigger shadow now blocks, totally did not allow this circular stuff to have a shadow. Alright, so the shadow is being blocked by this triangle. A bigger triangle blocks this. So there's what do you call that? Not blocks this. What do you call that? It covers, the whole shadow covers this thing over here. Alright, so the similar thing happens here. Now if you change them of the same size, now we should be able to have a bigger circle that covers the triangle, right? The principle is, if this circle is nearer to the light source, the shadow will be larger than something over here. All right, larger than this. If the shadow is created, the shadow is very small and it covers here. So the answer should be 1. All right, totally a circle. It cannot be this, definitely not. Okay, that's all, and it's not this. Okay, that's all at this moment. Just hang on. Okay, right, I'll go to the section B in another file. Right, thank you.